What's going on, everybody? This is Mike at the Day Trading Musician, and today, unfortunately, was a day of just missed opportunities. I was watching at Open. I'm on Central Time, and so it's about 8:30. From 8:30 till 9 o'clock, I was waiting for the perfect setup for myself, and I saw it happen, and just couldn't pull the trigger on it for whatever reason. It's probably the last 7 days of, record breaking, just green days, one after another. But I just couldn't bring myself to enter a losing trade, or at least what I thought could be a losing trade. Didn't have a lot of conviction in my theory today, but I wish I had have just stuck to my guns, because it would have paid off and probably would have made back what I lost yesterday and more. But let's go ahead and dig into it. What you're looking at now, this is kind of an overview of the day, and I use 10-minute candles. I've just found that, shockingly, a longer time frame really does tend to work better for me. Makes me make less emotional decisions. So yeah, but this is kind of how the day looked. Two really good moves for at least the way that I would play it. Let's break it down and go to what the first move looked like. So as you can see, this morning at about 8:50, we bounced off of this level. I like I said in my last video, I have quarterly and monthly levels charted, which are the quarterly levels are, I think they are like a 10, based on a 10-year, and then the monthly, I can't remember. I'm gonna have to look into it. But it's whatever the one is that's that's standard in the charts. The quarterly, I had to go and add it myself. But I had come across some information one time where a guy was teaching how he charts, and he basically broke down that the quarterly levels are where all the big institutions like to make their moves and whatnot. So anytime you get around those levels, there really seems to be some good action going on, and you can kind of base your trades based on what's happening at those moments. And I find the same thing with the monthly levels as well. Sometimes the monthly levels can just get blown right through, as you can see here. But let me not digress. So as you can see, like I said, I have that algorithmic resistance level that's set. So this is about 8:40, 8:50 in the morning. We bounced off of that, and I said to myself, if the candle opens below this resistance line, I said I think I should take that trade and get in some puts. And it opened right in here, and it kind of just hovered for the, I think it was like a minute or two. It just hovered. And so I just had no conviction. And I think this white line is kind of like a temporary, I have to go back and find out what it is, because I don't want to give you the wrong information. But basically, it was just kind of hovering in between this area, so I didn't have a lot of conviction in it. But everything had set up to be where I would normally enter a trade. This candle opens below this resistance line, which usually means we're going down. And you can see the support line was like way down here. So, I mean, it's SPY. It's relatively, for way enough to make a good amount of money. So it opens down here, and then on the RSI, you can see that we were kind of in the overbought territory when we bounced off at this quarterly level. So that was another good indication. and I can, like I said, I can break all this the way I use stuff down. It looks like a lot, but um, it's not, I guess, to me at this point. Um, and then I'm looking in here for this is swing arms indicator, and I came across it and was kind of trying to learn it at one point for like ATR type trades. Excuse me. And a buddy of mine had turned me onto the RSI at that point, and I've kind of just been using things in conjunction to just kind of get a feel for how certain trades are going to go. So we blasted through this. By that point, in my mind, I was like, I missed the trade. So I said, well, let me see if we can get down, especially, and here's where I messed up again. Here was golden opportunity 1 was right there to get in. Golden opportunity 2 was when we broke through this ATR right here. Trailing stop, ATR trailing stop, whatever. And indicated, hey, we're going down even more. I should have got in because let's go a little bit further. You look a little bit further. What did we do? We kept going down. Went down here. We based at this this monthly level right here. We couldn't get back up above it. And sure enough, ended up breaking down all the way to 435.09 from 438.09. So my first entry would have been right here. I mean, you can't tell me that would have been an amazing trade. And like I said, I would have made back everything I lost yesterday and then some. I believe I was looking at 437 puts. Yeah. And I wish I was on Thinkorswim. This is just a picture, a screenshot that I took. I think it was about 60 cents when I was looking to get in on this candle. I should have, like I said, I should have gotten in and then just, held trailing stop. At the worst, I could have done 60 cents to $1. That probably would have been nice, I don't know if I would have held through this. More than likely not, knowing my emotional self. I'm trying to work on it, but the fact that we couldn't break back above that monthly level is a good sign, indicator to hold. Right here probably would have scared me. I won't lie, but if you could have held from there to here, at least, now this support line moves. These lines can move. If this candle would have broken above this high right here, if it would have broken above where this resistance is, then it's going to build up. It's going to start shooting up and making new resistance levels. So the same thing happens with the support level. This wasn't the support level. I don't think. Let me see. Yeah, see, the support level before we reached all the way down to 435 was here at 436. So you started making. That's another thing. Once you see it blast through, once it blasts through the support level, most of the time it's going to keep going down. If it wicks like that, I believe it ended up making that the new support level at the bottom of this wick. But that's the second part. So let's call it third opportunity. You could have taken it here and wrote it all the way down, or if you didn't have the conviction like I didn't have, could have gotten in again here to write it down. And then, let's see. Let me see if it shows up on here. If a random sound plays, it's one of the alerts that's attached to these indicators, so just don't mind it. Uh, this is see right here. Here's the let's call it the third entry point you could have taken to get calls. We were in oversold territory, and the closer it gets to these blue lines, these that I've made in here, the bigger the indication is we're gonna reverse at some point. Sometimes you can get in early, and I've had times where I'll average down. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But most of the time, when it gets into these levels, you're due for a reverse. I couldn't tell you how big the reverse is going to be, but a reverse nonetheless. So, same thing. Out of this support level, you would have waited. Probably in this candle right here, you could have gotten long, gotten some calls, held it. Especially once you see it, get up into breaking the trailing stop again. I mean, you could have said, "Hey, here's my entry point. There's my exit point." When it breaks and makes, one thing I found is entries and exits are subjective, and it's all based on your risk management, what you can tolerate and withstand. And for me, that's changing every day. The last 2 weeks, I've been in trades longer than I've probably ever been, for better or for worse. So take from this what you will today. Tomorrow, hopefully I'm able to pull the trigger. Now that at least it looks like my strategies that I usually follow kind of are back into what somewhat normal territory right here. But you just never know. Every day is a different day. You have to find what works and, keep going, keep trying it. You can't jump in and out of strategies. So, yeah. If you want me to break down anything you see on the screen or try to help share information, please leave a comment and I will make a video about it. Other than that, please click subscribe. If you want to stay tuned to more content, I'll have other videos that come out along the way. And I hope you enjoyed this. And I'll catch you in the next video.